I figured I'd start off the video quiet here for like the first 20 seconds. Just so you could look at your screen and see the box score here and just take it in. Just take it in how many points were scored in the NBA All-Star game tonight. This isn't Photoshop. I didn't edit this picture. I literally went on Google Chrome, looked up NBA, found the box score, the final result, screenshotted it, put it here in this video. NBA, you have a very serious problem. And it's a problem that you refuse to fix. It's a problem that, honestly, I don't think you will ever fix. This was the worst game of basketball I have ever seen. In my near 30 years of being on this planet, this was by far the worst basketball game I've ever seen. I couldn't even finish it. You know, if you were to ask me, Edge, how come you don't really cover the NBA on your channel? How come you don't, talk about the Chicago Bulls all that much? How come you don't talk about the best teams in the NBA? How come you don't watch the highlights? How come you don't watch the recaps? How come you don't watch the games? How come you don't talk about the sport that much on your channel? You want to know why? One, I'll give you 3 reasons. One, my team, the Chicago Bulls, absolutely suck. Why should I invest my time in a team run by Jerry Reinsdorf that hasn't won shit since Michael Jordan was around 25 years ago? It's been almost 30 years since I saw my team win an NBA championship. After 25 plus years, I pretty much given up hope of this team ever winning an NBA championship or even appearing in the NBA finals ever again. So, why should I care? Number 2, this sport is one of the softest sports on planet Earth. Absolutely fucking soft. The amount of players that I see flopping around like a fish just from getting a poke in the arm. Like, I think it was like a month ago, I saw a highlight of LeBron going up to block a dunk, and he barely gets slapped on the face, and the dude falls over like he got shot by a fucking double barrel. Sitting there, lying on the floor for like 5 minutes straight, gets up and starts crying for a technical foul against, I believe it was Danny Green, if I remember correctly. It was against the Houston Rockets. Just so fucking pathetic. And then number 3, the biggest one of all, the lack of defense in the NBA. There is no defense in this sport. I don't want to hear about Defensive Player of the Year. I don't want to hear about the top 5 best defenses in the NBA. I don't want to hear about defense win championships. There is no fucking defense. Zip. Nada. Nothing. There is no defense in this sport. I didn't have anything to do tonight. Doki Bird's not streaming. Nothing really going on. And I figured, you know what? NBA All-Star Game's on tonight. Let me just tune in. I know last year was absolutely pathetic, but it's going back to the East versus West format. maybe, just maybe, there's a little bit slimmer of hope that it might be somewhat good. I turned this shit off by the time the fourth quarter started. I didn't even watch the final quarter. By the fourth quarter, I was like, okay, I'm done. And I turned it off. By the way, in case you're wondering how I watched it, I had my ways of watching it. I'm not going to say how, but let's just say I had my ways. I was bored, okay? I figured I'll tune in because why the hell not? Boy, oh boy, I fucking regret that now. This was the worst basketball game I have ever seen. In my near 30 years of being on planet Earth, this was fucking bad. You got guys, the best players in the world. You got people like Giannis, Luka, LeBron, just standing around there, looking like fucking statues. It's like they just froze in the middle of the court and they're just fucking statues. And they're having people like Tyrese Halliburton and all these people just shooting around them, shooting threes over their heads. And these are supposed to be the best players in the world, and they're just standing there looking like fucking statues. Commissioner Dynamo, and I'll put a link down below to his video, he included a highlight. And I gotta admit, it did make me laugh. I chuckled when I saw it. You wanna know what the best defensive play of the night was from the 2024 NBA All-Star game? The rim rejecting the ball. An inanimate object play better defense than the best basketball players in the world. There were people on the sideline that were literally falling asleep. You had celebrities falling asleep in the front row. The camera would pan on them and they'd be crunched over sleeping, and then the camera would immediately turn away from them. Because the NBA realized, oh shit, we can't show that on camera. We can't show on camera that people are actually bored of this shit. You know, I have a poster on my wall of Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the greatest basketball player ever, in my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinions. Fuck your LeBron takes. Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time. Point blank period. He's the greatest. Michael once said that if he played in today's NBA, he would score on average 75 to 80 points a game. After what I saw tonight, Mr. Jordan, sir, you would score 125 points average. You would have 70 points by halftime in today's NBA. That's how watered down this is. And to anybody that wants to say, oh, it's because they took out hand checking, it goes way beyond hand checking. It goes way fucking beyond that. It's just a lack of care. No one cares. No one gives a shit. I understand the players don't want to get injured, but at least show that you're being somewhat competitive. No competitiveness at all tonight. Unless you want to say they want to be competitive with trying to get the ball through the rim to get points. Okay. Yeah, 200 points. That's a fucking accomplishment. That's a real good accomplishment right there. You know, not like you're boring everybody to tears. This is why I don't really talk about the NBA much on my channel. It's why I barely cover this shit. Why? I talked about the Detroit Pistons. I talked about Draymond Green because I thought those situations were kind of funny to talk about. I thought they were interesting to talk about. Outside of that, I rarely talk about the NBA on my channel. I mentioned that I got NBA 2K23 for Xbox, and that's because it came with a deal back in the day where if you got it, you got like a freaking Xbox card. You get like, I think I paid like $30 and I got like $10 back. So theoretically, I only paid $20 for the game. And that was like right around the All-Star break last year. Kind of fucking regret doing that. But at least I used that $10 on a good game. I think I ended up buying I think I ended up buying like Saints Row 2 and Saints Row 1. I think they were on sale and I ended up picking both of them up. Great games, by the way. I really should do a let's play of them someday. Hell, they'd be more entertaining than this shit. You wonder why the ratings keep falling? You wonder why you're having issues trying to find television contracts, NBA? Because not a whole lot of people are watching your sport anymore. Because your sport fucking sucks. The only time I ever really hear people talk about your sport is if something really, 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 really big happens. Like the Detroit Pistons stuff, like the Draymond Green stuff, like LeBron being a fucking sore ass fucking floppy fish loser, or when the playoffs come around. That's really the only time I ever really hear about the NBA to where it's almost unavoidable. Outside of that, I don't really keep up with this shit. I don't watch the Bulls. I've already stated why I don't watch them. I'm not going to take time into watching a team that doesn't give a fuck about winning championships anymore, so I don't care. I'm not tuning into the best teams in the world playing because there's no defense, and I know I'm going to see something in the game outside of no defense that's just going to piss me off. I'm probably going to see people like LeBron and them flop around like a fish. Near 7 foot men, nearly 300 pounds of muscle, and you're flopping around like you got shot with a fucking BB gun. Grow up. 211 to 186. 211 to 186. We almost had 400 points in one game. Almost 400 points combined. No care. None. You can't even try to be competitive. You just don't care. So if you don't care, I don't care. I don't watch this product. I don't consume this product. I don't really care about this product. In truth, fuck the NBA. This is why you don't see my league and my career and stuff like that uploaded on my channel. Number one, because I fucking hate the microtransactions in those games. Number two, I just simply don't care enough to play them on my channel. I might bring association back, and that's it. I might bring association mode back, and that will be it. I've had thoughts every now and again of possibly doing a my career on NBA 2K14. Yes, you heard that correctly. NBA 2K14. Because it's like the last good my career that is left in NBA 2K. I've had thoughts about returning to that. No. To be honest with you, I just don't give a shit. I've seen more competitiveness out of high school basketball games. When I was in high school, my high school basketball team was more competitive than the best NBA players in the world. I've seen more competitiveness in tennis games than the NBA. I've seen more competitiveness in high school volleyball games when I was in high school than the NBA tonight. NASCAR battling the rain, trying to have the Daytona 500 was more competitive than this shit. I haven't watched a NASCAR race start to finish since Jeff Gordon retired. I would rather watch the 2024 Daytona 500 over this shit. And I barely know any of the drivers that are racing in NASCAR nowadays. I barely know who the fuck these people are. Outside of the ones that have been around forever. You have a very serious problem, NBA. And you refuse to fix it. So, since you refuse to fix it, I don't fucking care. And I'm pretty sure a majority of people feel the same way I do. If you don't care, we don't care. Worst basketball game I've ever seen. The absolute worst basketball game I've ever seen. Even watching the Bulls get blown out back in the day is not as bad as this. This is absolutely pathetic. I could laugh at the Detroit Pistons. I could laugh at Draymond Green. I can't laugh at this. Unreal. No fucking defense in this sport. Why even have defensive player of the year awards? Why? Why? What good is that going to do? Defensive player of the year, defensive team of the year. Why? What defense? What fucking defense? If anybody even tries to play defense, they get tapped on the shoulder one time, they get like a itty bitty poke in the arm, and they go flopping back like they got shot with a BB gun. I have seen 7-foot tall, 300-pound men flop around like they're Shawn Michaels against Hulk Hogan at SummerSlam 2005. What an absolutely pussified sport. Fuck the NBA. Edge Runner Gaming HD signing out. I can't wait for baseball season to start up. I know people say baseball is boring. Give me baseball over this shit. Hell, give me hockey over this. Give me golf over this. I would rather watch golf. Golf! There'd be more defense with the ball against the wind than the fucking players in the NBA. What a fucking joke. I'm out. Bye.
I couldn't wait for you to come and clear the cupboard. But now you're gonna leave with nothing but a sign. Another evening I'll be sitting reading in between your lines. I miss you all the time.